Hello, this is Level with Me. This is my Twitch show where I play through games and talk about what I think is going on with them in terms of like level design and world design and all that. And this week we're going to try to do something a little bit different. We're going to try to play a bunch of smaller, shorter games. And this week we're doing 7-Day FPS. 7-Day FPS was a jam of like a last month, I think, where a bunch of people made first-person games in 7 days. Sometimes a little bit shorter, sometimes a little bit longer. You know, it's just a game jam. It's just about getting together to make stuff. So, thought I would try a different format for this week where I go ahead and try to play a bunch of different games, and we'll see how that works because I've never really done this before. I'm not really the best multitasker or anything, but we'll see how it goes. So first off, let's play. I've downloaded a few of these games, but I can't really get my browser window to show anything other than this, so I'm just going to try to give you all the information and just speak it out. First off, we're gonna play. Let's play a game called Brand New Camera by Fernando Ramalho. Let's see how that works. Let's see if I can get it working. Okay, so far so good. I'm booting it up. Oh, it's taking cursor lock. Okay, let me go ahead and change my window capture settings to brand new camera. Okay, cool. Looks like it's showing up there. Well, not really. Let's try to get that better view of that. Problem with this is that it's not a it's a retro like lo-fi video. So Brand New Camera is a game by Fernando Ramalho, and it looks like it's about using an old-fashioned, old-timey, like 90s era camera. Let's see what this is about. Press spacebar to capture. Oh gosh. And it looks like it's a first-person game where we have our camera and we have to walk around and we can take different exposures of things. So it's a photography simulator kind of game. I really love the aesthetic though. It's like very like minimalistic black and white stuff, but there's also just a lot of like interesting particle stuff and effects going on here. The level design is really interesting because on one hand you have these like this like Unity terrain with like photo textures and everything, and on the other hand you have these really weird abstract like dynamic cube sculptures. I guess that's what I would use to describe these. So it makes for like a really interesting composition. Let's take some more photos. The sound design is also interesting too. I'm a pretty boring sound designer with my games. I usually just go for like very literal samples from freesound.org, but I like how the sound design here isn't necessarily what you'd expect. Oh, the grass is like these weird triangle rectangle things. I kind of like it. I like the mix of like photo source style sensibilities with more abstract sensibilities too. It's like mixing all these different shapes together. Oh, Tin Kelp in the chat mentions this reminds me of Memory of a Broken Dimension, which is another game that's very much about like playing with abstract space and realistic space and photos. And oh my god, and it also has a very stark black and white aesthetic where it's embracing artifacts and glitches and stuff. Oh my god, this is a huge terrain actually. Look at all these cubes. I'll take one of those. Oh my god, all these cubes are in my way. Well, let's keep walking around. I feel like that's a good photo too. I love the graininess that it adds to it, I feel like. Oh, can I turn the flash off? Oh, I can turn the flash off. Thanks for the tip, Fabulous J. Yeah, I can press F to turn off the flash. I can press Z to zoom. Oh, the hotkeys are right on the screen. I didn't even see those. Okay, let's try it with no flash. Yeah, maybe it's better with no flash. Another interesting thing is that based on your view angle, based on the direction where I'm looking at, it's also changing the skybox. It seems to be like scrolling some kind of cube map. Is that a person in the sky? I'm not sure what I'm looking at. It's like scrolling the cube map. So even if you're standing in the same position, but you keep like turning around, you can still kind of get a different perspective based on what you're looking at. Oh man, I wish I could lower the exposure. I don't know the hotkey for that though. What's interesting about this is that every photography game is making this argument about what photography is. And this game is very much about a lo-fi black and white aesthetic of photography. You might even say like an Ansel Adams kind of thing almost. But it still has this goofy still has this goofy kind of rule of thirds grid, you know? You see like the 3x3 grid overlaid on the screen. And that's like a very traditional kind of photo thing that you only do it to signal that you're a photographer who cares about the rule of thirds and composition and such. Fabulous J in the chat says, can you do a blurred photo by taking a photo while moving? Oh, let's try that. It looks like it doesn't blur, from my perspective at least. I mean, I can try shaking the camera around. Let's try that. Oh yeah, shaking the camera around works, but it seems like maybe the motion blur doesn't exactly register if you're just moving around, or maybe I'm not moving around fast enough for motion blur to register. Some of the distant mountains look really realistic. I feel like maybe Fernando took some Unity Asset Store stuff and then just threw it down, and that works pretty well. I get this very like uncanny feeling where this is a strange, oh, this looks like a hand or something jutting out. It's a low poly hand jutting out. Oh, and that's another arm jutting out. Oh, these are people. Oh my god. This also reminds me of another game. If you play The Signal from Tolva by Big Robot, that's another game where there's literally big robots littering the battlefield as you walk around the landscape. And it reminds me of this, where we should do this in games more often. We should have giant people more often in games and in level design. Maybe even a Shadow the Colossus kind of vibe here as well. I wonder if I can look back through my photos, but I don't know the hotkey for that. Oh well. Let's take maybe one more photo and then we might move on to the next one. It's interesting how there's a reflection on the screen too. Notice how the camera, the view model right here is like very like shiny and glossy as I look around. It's interesting to have this like double reflection, double image kind of motif going on here. Nice. I think I'm a decent photographer. Oh, I'm running out of battery. Oh my god. I didn't notice. Look in the upper right corner of the screen and there's a battery icon. I believe it was at 2 before. Now it's at 1. I should be maybe taking more photos before I run out of battery completely. I don't know. I turned flash on again. Wow. Look at this. There's a weird lag to the reflection. I feel like there's a dynamic cube map parented to the player. And that's what causes the reflections, the glossy reflections on the camera, maybe? Photography in games is also becoming a much more common mechanic and system that we're increasingly seeing, especially in AAA games like Uncharted series, or most recently that Cowboy Red Dead Redemption game. They all have cameras, and cameras never really feature prominently in the other gameplay systems of these games, but they're still like present. And I think maybe there's a strange kind of purity in that, where in a certain sense you should just take a photo for the sake of taking a photo. You shouldn't be trying to take a photo for like a specific objective. Like, you should take a photo because you look nice, or because you feel like you put on a good outfit or something, right? I'm not really sure how long I should be playing for. Should I be playing until the battery in the upper right runs out? Or should I be trying to maximize how many photos I'm taking? In the lower left corner of the screen, you can see my photo count. So it's unclear whether there's like progression going on in this game, or if I should be maximizing anything, or if maybe those figures will move. Oh, that would be really spooky. Oh, in the chat, Tugalaw mentions that photo modes in games are there mostly for social reach and promotion, and that's certainly a good argument, right? That's increasingly, that's literally what this stream is right now, where I'm streaming games, but also, you know, screenshots or like meme images from games. So that's certainly a good argument for why AAA or large commercial industry stuff might have started paying attention to photo modes in games. One interesting tidbit here is that the maker of this game, Fernando Ramallo, he also made another game called Panoramical before this one. And Panoramical features a lot of dynamic shifting landscapes. It's kind of like you're DJing a landscape, sort of. And I feel a lot of that sensibility here, especially with how the sky changes based on how I'm looking at it. I also like how the game never really tries to explain why the sky is doing this, but it's just something you accept as a fact of this world and this universe. It's the sensibility, it's the mood that's just already there. Oh, I can hold down shift to run. Awesome. I think so. This is a jam game, so this person, so you don't have a lot of time to do jam games, right? You have to move really fast. And oh, that looks like a magnifying glass. Is that like some kind of item I can pick up? I don't know what that is. Take a photo of it. Jam games are usually, you know, you do everything really fast and really like dirty, and you like try to cut corners. And I feel like this one has some kind of, oh, are these stars? Wait, am I leaving a trail of stars behind? Did I do that? the mouse speed is a little bit too low. I would have made the mouse sensitivity a little bit too high. Oh, the battery icon in the upper right is blinking. Uh-oh. Oh, I think that's grass. I think some of the grass in this landscape is stars. That's kind of cool. That's a neat touch. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, so traditionally game jams are really good for, well, they're not so good for forcing you to do a lot of work, but they're really good in that they make you try things you normally wouldn't try. So for instance, if I was making this game, I would not have thought to replace the grass sprites with stars and magnifying glasses in just like maybe random textures I had laying around. But when you do a game jam, that embraces you to try out something new. And I think that's what this game does. It's an experimental photography game, and it is experimenting with a mode of photography that you wouldn't see in most other photography games, especially in photography modes in AAA commercial work as well. Maybe I should run to the top of this hill. Now, I think my one thing that I would criticize about this game is that the landscape and terrain feels kind of rote a little bit. I mean, individual touches and details are really nice, but I wish the structure of the terrain was a little bit more stranger, was a little bit more diverse. Like, it would have been cool if there was maybe like a deep canyon that I could have descended into, or it might have been great if there was maybe like I don't know, like more variation in the landscape and shape, land masses here. It just kind of feels like a typical Unity terrain. I mean, maybe I'm doing a bad job of exploring here. Maybe there's a better place I can go to. Like over here looks like some kind of lake. Maybe I need to go check out this lake. But I think level design wise, I wish there was just a little bit more going on with how the landscape worked here. Oh my god. Really pretty. Ooh, and I really... So that's a thing that photography modes actually don't get. Do you see the glare in the screen? The glare's like interfering with me because like my back is to the sun. That's kind of cool. Like, I can't really see what I'm doing because there's so much glare on the screen. And that's a very real phenomenon. Try taking a photo with your phone outside, even in 2018, with your modern newfangled camera and modern newfangled display and screen, and you still won't be able to see anything. It's almost like the game is encouraging me to experiment with glare as a composition tool. No, even though the glare doesn't seem to be actually reflected in the image, though. Oh man, look at these strange ridges. It looks like a texture that hasn't been set to repeat. It looks like, oh wait, no, this is like a water texture. Looks like there's terrain underneath. Oh, so this is like some kind of water plane, but it has all these interesting ridges in there. And I can, yeah, again, I can see the terrain underneath, but it's not clear what that material or the substance is. Oh man. Yeah, I like that pattern. If you like photography games, you should also check out one of my former students. He made a game called Levedad, which has been going around in the festival circuit a little bit. I think it went to Indiecade and Amaze. There's definitely, I think, a growing genre of indie experimental photography games. And maybe that can be a kind of antidote to the walking simulator a little bit, where some people feel like they wish the walking simulator had more activities built into it. And here, God, this landscape's huge. I thought I was reaching the edge of it. But maybe the indie photography game has a lot to say about what walking means and what it means to frame your view. It's also kind of cool that I can't actually put down the camera. I have to filter this entire world through this camera view, which feels like a very bold constraint to force on the player. Okay, I felt like the game was kind of building up to something where I would either, my battery would run out and something would happen, or I would run out of photos in my photo reel. But I feel like that's not really happening. I might just have to move on to the next game at this point, because I have a few more games I'd want to cover in this stream. I like that one. Film grain in games is also a very interesting thing to think about, where it doesn't make sense that there's film grain, right? Like if you're playing Left 4 Dead, oh my god, my camera just went dead. And now I just have this big black lump in front of my screen and I can't really see anything. That's kind of cool. Okay, I like that, how it just turns black. I think I would have made that go sooner. I think I would have tuned that to have the battery run out sooner, or to have the photo, or each photo maybe subtracts a bit more of my battery or something like that. But overall, it was, I think, a pretty successful, nice piece. I liked this. Good job, Fernando. Okay, let's move on to our next game then. That was a brand new camera by Fernando Ramalho, if you want to check that out on the 7-Day FPS jam site. Next, I'm going to move on to, what's this one called? This one is called Aliyah City 1 by Matt Shell. Matt Shell, I met, Matt Shell used to live around Brooklyn, but I believe he has moved to Europe to be a Unity evangelist. That's what they call them these days. So Matt Shell written a bunch of Unity tutorials, certainly knows his way around Unity. Let's see what he has in store for us. Will this activate? Okay. Okay, cool. I think that opened up. Let me change this window capture. Okay, so this game is called Aliyah City 1, and this year, 7-Day FPS also coincided with Proc Jam, a procedural game jam event. So that means a lot of people, in addition to 7-Day FPS stuff, they also made their entry do procedural generation stuff in celebration of Proc Jam. So, ooh, it even has an options menu. Usually when you do jam games, you don't have time to put in a main menu. So, you know, look at that. That's pretty neat. Everything's already at maximum though. Let's just leave it like that. Okay, so here's Aliyah City 1, which I believe Aliyah refers to randomness. I believe it's like Latin, some kind of Latin prefix for randomness. So that's kind of maybe your signal that this environment, that this abstract city we're going to be exploring, was partly generated using procedural generation methods. Oh, hello, Jazz. And I mean, it certainly does look procedural. Like, if you see, there's a bunch of like cubes that have been instantiated inside each other and slightly skewed off. So I feel like it does read to me like a procedural environment. Like if you told me this was procedurally generated, I would believe you. Let's see what else is going on here. I like these abstract light fixtures. That's a really neat thing. And that also points to a realm of procedural generation that you don't really see, especially with procedural level generation, where we're usually not thinking about lighting. Lighting is a very important part of level design, but in procedural level generation or proc gen discourse, you don't see a lot of people doing a lot of research thinking about how to randomize lighting. Ooh. So here's something I'm not sure. I'm kind of on the fence about this. I'm kind of on the fence about how these quads are, the back faces are cold, so that we can't see them. We can only see them when we walk in front of them, but the back face is not appearing. And I feel like it might have been nicer to have render the back face as well. But on the other hand, maybe that doesn't make sense, and maybe that would clutter up the composition too much, so I don't know. Ooh, I can shoot out with these balls of light. Oh, so I believe this game is also using the new Unity high definition render pipeline. So they're showing off all the dynamic lighting and stuff going on here. Look at all those god rays. In the chat mentioned maybe this is Naissance with color. Naissance is an indie favorite about walking around a giant mega structure that kind of resembles this. Giant, huge forms always kind of towering over you, and you always feel like this small person exploring this giant structure. Ooh, I like how these patterns have a little bit more rhythm to it. This feels more graphic designy than the previous alleyway we were walking through. I think the colors are nice. It's interesting how the designer Matchel lets a lot of the environment just collapse into pure black. So we have all this blackness, black shadowiness on the left here. And Charles, why are you watching my stream? Oh my god, you're such a weirdo. I share an office with Charles Pratt, who's a fellow colleague of mine at NYU Game Center, and I just looked over and now I see myself. What a weirdo, right? What is he thinking? Why do I share an office with such a weirdo? Ugh. Anyway, over here, now he's giving me a look. Over here, what was I saying? Oh yeah, it's really interesting that the shadow just goes to pitch black. You never see that in a AAA type of game where you see, you wouldn't normally let the game get this dark. You would always do what we might call Hollywood darkness, which would involve, you know, letting things feel like they're dark, but not really dark. In the chat, Quasi Otter, really good nickname by the way. Quasi Otter mentions there's a developer named Moshe Linka. I've actually met him at Amaze. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. Who's made a bunch of neo-brutalism stuff, and yeah, that's definitely on my list for the stream too. Check out Fugue in Void. That's his most recent release, where it's a lot of big towering structures, kind of like this, but also with much more attention to texture. Here, there's very little attention to texture. I feel like here it's very much about just the shape. Although the gradients given off by the lighting are really nice. This is usually a kind of view you would only see if you were like opening up Source Engine and then you turn off all the diffuse textures, all the albedo, and you just see the lighting information. And oh my god, wait. This is actually a really strange artifact. Do you see how this is kind of like pixelated and blurred right here? It's like, is there some kind of like architecture genitalia that needs to be censored right here? It's so strange that this is... I'm not sure if this is intentional or if this is like a artistic artifact or if this is a weird side effect of the Unity beta high definition render pipeline where it can't cope with all these lighting sources. So that's pretty unclear to me. I'll just hold down shift. This feels like the default Unity first-person controller. Based on the head bob. Or maybe, no, maybe this is the first-person drifter. I'm not sure which first-person controller this is. Man, I love the series of light fixtures like this. This is something I would normally only associate with modern, some kind of like very modern contemporary style. Like if we were in, oh no, if we were in, if we were in medieval times or something, you wouldn't see, you wouldn't see like a series of torches. You wouldn't see like 6 torches in a row. That would feel really weird. You'd only see the repetition of, you wouldn't see the repetition of light fixtures until you have like industrial modernist context to repeat and manufacture all these light fixtures. And the chat just says Drifter doesn't have head bob, if I recall correctly. No, I was actually using first-person Drifter recently, and it has, it doesn't have it by default. You have to enable a component on the camera, but it actually does have a head bob script in there, which actually works pretty well, I think. Oh man, but yeah, I love the idea of just having these panels giving off light like this. Really nicely. Oh, can I jump? Oh my god, I can jump! Oh my god, this changes everything. Oh, I'm in a really dark spot. I don't know where I am though. I'm getting lost. Oh man, but yeah, just check out these shapes. Oh, can I fit through this crevice? Yeah, I know, I can't. I don't think I can fit over there. Oh well. But still, really nice work. Love all these different light fixtures. Love this lighting treatment. Good color palette, I think, in general. Just a lot of... Oh, it's actually a lot of Blorange. Oh, maybe I should take that back. I'm sorry, Matt. These are actually 2 of the most overused lighting colors in all video games. I don't know. Okay, but I like this, maybe pink, maybe salmon. I would say this is like a light salmon kind of color. Big fan of mixing this with the blue. I think that's like a really nice shot right here. I wish there was a photo mode in here so I could remember all these beautiful places I'm walking through. Ooh, I really like how I was walking in a small alleyway around here, and now it's opened up into a big courtyard. With procedural generation, it usually falls into what Kate Compton calls the oatmeal problem. And the oatmeal problem, as defined by Kate Compton, is about how every bowl of oatmeal is technically unique, right? Every bowl of oatmeal, completely unique. There's no bowl of oatmeal quite like it. But at the same time, a bowl of oatmeal is also functionally identical to another bowl of oatmeal. So here, with procedural generation, you tend to fall into traps where this is technically a unique wall, right? Technically. But functionally, it's kind of the same randomly cube form wall we've been seeing throughout the rest of this space. But what's interesting here is that this opened up into a huge courtyard. And that feels very different from walking around in these smaller corridors, where it almost reminds me of like Hong Kong or some kind of cityscape. These are like illuminated neon signs, kind of. So I do like the difference between all these different spaces, how sometimes we go between open and closed. We have all these different typologies going on in contrast. I just wish it was a little bit lighter so I could kind of see where I'm going, but I guess that's not as dramatic. Anyway, this is Alea City 1 by Matt Shell. I highly encourage you to try it out over on the Oh, I can't actually press quit because it's cursor locked. Oh wait, no. Okay, there's the cursor, but with like a corrupted cursor texture. That's a little bit strange. But anyway, that was Alias City 1 on the 7-Day FPS Game Jam page. Highly encourage you to check it out. Next up, let's try this game. Oh, who's the author of this game? Let me look this up. This is... I'm not sure who the author is. Hopefully they'll have their name over here. Next up is Bogus Spider-Man. And this is a game where it sounds like the title is pretty much right there for us to understand what this game is about. It's riffing off the recent Spider-Man game that was released for PS4. Let me pull that up for you right now. And now here's Bogus Spider-Man. Ooh, and it's also procedurally generated. Look at that. We can generate the Manhattan that we're going to be web slinging around in. Ah, look at that. Fun fact, Aunt May lives in the only house in Manhattan. No, that's wrong. Aunt May, I believe, lives in Queens. That is wrong, not in Manhattan. But let's keep randomizing. I feel like I like this one. So here's a little bit of procedural generation. And this is Bogus Spider-Man is by Poor Track Design. But you shouldn't be so hard on yourself, right? Okay, let's get into Bogus Spider-Man and see what this is like. Oh.
Peter, it's me, your Uncle Ben.
Uncle Ben!
The hospital said I'm going to be okay.
Oh my god.
But I need you to do something
Voice acting
for me.
and everything.
Stay
wow.
with me!
It was the mayor and his
Oh my
robot goons who did this to me, Peter.
Don't leave me, Uncle Ben!
I asked too many tough questions about his plan to poison the water supply.
Oh my
Take
god.
me with you, Uncle Ben!
So much drama.
I don't want to live without you!
You need to find the mayor,
Is this the actual
Peter.
backstory
Find
of
him and
Spider-Man?
stop this
I don't actually
madness
know. This seems
by
pretty
any
accurate
means
to me, though.
necessary.
But I don't remember my spider powers!
I gotta go now. I've gotta phone Aunt May, she's my wife, and tell her I'll be living at the
What's the
hospital
can he's
until my
holding?
treatment wears off.
This
Ankle
is all
medicine.
happening so fast!
Oh my
You're
god.
a good kid, Peter. Remember, it's nice to be powerful.
Oh right, yeah.
But it's
R.I.P.
responsible
Stanley.
to be
You know,
nice.
this is your legacy. Oh. Oh my god. Okay, now to begin. Oh, I can't. Oh, that's interesting. I can only press W. I can't press A, S, or D. Oh, and there's my arms. Look at those. Oh, they're so. Oh, it's super cute. Okay, let's try to web sling around. Oh gosh. Uh-oh, I'm stuck here. Okay, let's try to... Oh god, this is much less forgiving than the Spider-Man PS4 version. Oh my god. It's really hard. Okay. I feel like I would have set the distance on the raycast a little bit further, just because it's really hard to know when I'm in range of the building yet. Oh my god. It's so hard. Oh my god. Oh, it's really hard to climb buildings. Ah. Trying to get some height, but it's hard. I need to like maintain a momentum. And I keep getting stuck in these alleys too. Oh man. I think they should tune the level design a little bit more. Maybe, oh god. And then there's robots shooting rockets at me? Oh god. I think what would have been nice is if I mean, this isn't a game feel stream, this is a level design stream, but game feel wise, I think I would have just given the player more air control. I literally have no air control other than using my web swinging thing. Oh, did I kill the robot? I guess I killed the robot. Oh, can I get hit by the cars? Oh, that's cool. I can ride the cars? That's kind of fun. I'm into that. So I feel like the way they did this is probably like a typical grappling hook implementation, where we are shooting out a spring, and then you're attaching that spring to whatever you shot at. Oh gosh. Yeah, not exactly Spider-Man PS4. I think I would have, yeah, paid more attention to just making it easier to web swing around. Or maybe I just didn't play Spider-Man PS4 long enough. Oh, did I kill him? Yeah, I think I got him. Yeah. Oof. I mean, maybe that's why it's called Bogus Spider-Man, so maybe it is okay. I don't think I can die, right? So yeah, it's a pretty goofy game, and I think it's a really good effort for a jam game. Grappling hooks in games are really hard to get finished anyway, so... Is there a range limit on my webs? Yeah, I'm trying to click right here, and I'm not reaching it. So I kind of have to internalize how far my web shooter actually goes. Oh my god, what happened to that building? The texture on that's really wild. The city aesthetic is pretty interesting. It reminds me of... there's a game in development called Sub Rosa, and this kind of reminds me of it. I think what I would have liked here is a little bit more variation with the city geometry a little bit. I think right now it's just the same old cube with the same kind of triplanar texture or something on it. I wish there was a little bit more variety with the geometry and shapes. Because that's what makes Spider-Man on PS4 fun, at least I think. Oh jeez. I wish there were more lower buildings in this variation too. But overall, I think pretty solid 7-day FPS, I think. And also, as someone who lives in New York, I mean, this is kind of how Manhattan feels, I guess. I think what a lot of non-New York people get wrong about Manhattan, though, is the lack of Broadway. Broadway is one of the most important, iconic parts of Manhattan. And Broadway is literally about breaking the grid. It's a diagonal slash right through that grid. And that's what results in really interesting places like Times Square or the Flatiron Building. If you don't have Broadway, then you just feel more like, I don't know, this feels more like Cincinnati or some boring city. No offense to people who live in Cincinnati. But to me, Manhattan is very much about Broadway slashing through the grid. But yeah, this is Spider-Man. I kind of wish they also put in some music. It's a little bit awkward how quiet everything is. But, you know, time constraints, I totally get it. You're not always able to do what you want to do. Anyway, this was Bogus Spider-Man. Totally check this out on the 7-day FPS jam page. I'm just gonna quit out of that. Let's move on to the next one. This next one is called FPSware, and FPSware is by Lisa Brown. I believe she's a game designer at Bungie. So this is like a fun side project for her, I guess. And FPSware does not run in... Thankfully, FPSware is not using the Destiny engine where you have to rebuild everything on a server. And if you move a rock, you have to wait like a week for that to propagate to all the servers. Thankfully, this is in Unreal Engine. So let's try out FPSware. Oh, you can see my screen. It's just... Is that what Unreal's doing? Okay, fair enough. Okay, let's play some FPSware. Oh god. So I think FPSware is a cross between MarioWare and the first-person format. Wait, what was I supposed to do here? Oops. Oh, oops, it's not showing up. Let me see. Uh-oh. I don't know why FPSware isn't showing up. Hold on. I think it's because maybe... Oh, it started up Steam VR for some reason. That's really weird. Okay, let me try refreshing this. No, it's still not updating. That's really weird. I mean, thanks, Unreal Engine. Thanks for all the fish, you know? Oof. Yeah, I don't see any way around this, really. I feel like it's not going to work on the stream, unfortunately. Because it's just not updating in OBS. Okay, well, sorry, Lisa. I tried to play it. It didn't work out. Can't blame me. But that's FPSware. It was actually pretty interesting. The little bit I did play, you didn't get to see it, but you should totally check it out on the 7-Day FPS website. I don't know why it wasn't working, why my window capture wasn't working. Next up, let's try out Gridlock. Gridlock is by David Rosen, who is the lead developer at Wolfire Games. You may know Wolfire as the people behind that rabbit game. Oh, Overgrowth, as well as many other games. And they're actually 7-Day FPS veterans. They bit back in 7-Day FPS, I think 2012 or 2013. They made a game called Receiver that simulated gun systems really, really intricately. So that was a really interesting experimental foray with the FPS format. And they also do stuff with Humble Bundle too. So let's check out Gridlock. Hopefully this will capture okay. Let's see. Let's set this up to Gridlock. Oh yeah, there's Gridlock. So it looks like Gridlock is kind of this old school. Oh man, the graphics. Look at these graphics. I believe the art is by Aubrey Serre, and Aubrey Serre is also made another game that I featured on the stream called what was it called? It's called Trackless. And Aubrey has a really great art style. And here you can see this is, yeah, like an old school dungeon crawler where it's tile-based movement. Oh man, I love the feel and snappiness on this. I love it. Oh man, oh the feel on this is so good. Uh-oh. Oh, so this is like a roguelike. This is like a first-person roguelike kind of thing. Oh man, this is great. And I just got a key. Oh, they're sleeping. Good, I didn't kill them. That's nice. Oh man, oh, so this is like a tutorial kind of thing. This is showing you that, this is showing you how to fight dudes, and then you can get health, and we had to get a key to go through that door, and then this shows you that when you approach dudes from the back, you can hurt them. So this is kind of like a first-person roguelike format. That's pretty cool. Oh, what was that? Was that, oh, that was like a gold piece or something? Oh man, this is really, really good. How did they make this in 7 days? Jesus. Oh, I can't, so this is more tutorial mode, I think. This is showing that I cannot boop this guy on the head because there are bars in the way. Oh, but I still crushed him. That's okay. So yeah, this is a very Mario-style tutorial where you're learning about the mechanics just by... Oops, did I approach the wrong way? Maybe I should have gone around this side. This is about learning the mechanics just by doing. Oh no! Oh whoa, now there's all these different doors. Now the level design is opening up so much. Oh my god, look at this. The level design feels too good to be procedurally generated. I don't think this is procedurally generated. Although you would assume a lot of these tile-based games are procedurally generated. But again, this game is called Gridlock. Oh, I can't... Oh, that's a ladder. Okay, I'll climb up here. Uh-oh. Huh, so this seems like roguelike stuff where maybe I should be waiting more often. It says I can press space to wait. Because right now, I keep getting forced into confrontations with them. Oh, level win. Okay. I mean, maybe you could have done a little bit more work with that graphic. Oh, you win. You can try... I guess they ran out of time here. You win. You can try loading other mazes from the maze folder or try the editor. What? Oh my god. Oh my god, there's a built-in level editor here. Holy shit, how did they do all this in 7 days? Oh my god. Oh my god, it's like they built their own like game engine. Oh my god, what is this? Holy shit. Oh my god, and it's like everything's like resizable. Holy crap. How did they... Oh my god. What is oh my god. What? Holy crap. Okay. Can I make... Where's me? I don't know where me is. Oh my... Uh-oh. I'm drawing new. Left click to fill tile. Oops. Okay, I shouldn't have done that. Here's my 3D view. Oh man, and then you can walk around and then texture it? Oh, oops. Uh-oh. I'm deleting a lot of stuff. It's kind of like the Portal editor, where, it's kind of this marching cubes thing, or Minecraft style. Oh, let's place some more lights. I can't really see what I'm doing. Any of these lights? Let's see. Let's try using... Oh, windows. That seems nice. Wait, how do I apply... I want to apply this... Oh, I have to drag and drop. Okay. So now I have some light there. Oh, that's like a pretty intuitive way to do the texturing, I think. Check stand. What's a check stand? Oh, checkout. Oh my god, that's so cool. Oh, so there's like a shop involved? Oh man. Oh my god, how did you build all this? Oh my god, I don't... And this is in Unity, so they built another Unity basically inside Unity. Oh my god. And here's my awesome modded level. Oh my god. Smart move to make lights just give off light like this. Oh man, maybe we should be teaching with this. Because this is actually a really... Oh, what did I just get? I don't know what I just got. Wow. Okay. Oh yeah, there's their credits. David and Aubrey, good job. Oh my god. Oh gosh. Yeah, this should be like a huge modding community too. Dear Imgui. Oh my god, wait. So the way they did this is they ported, there's a popular GUI framework called I'mGUI. So they ported that and brought that into... Yeah, they ported that from the C++ and brought that into Unity, it looks like. Oh my god. So I was gonna say, if you were doing this with the Unity UI, that would be really impressive. Oh, a lot of desperate calls in the chat channel for a link to this. Just go to the 7-Day FPS thing and search for Gridlock. Again, it's called Gridlock, one word. Wow, okay, maybe I should open... Okay, I'm gonna open another level. Let's try some more complicated levels. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, I just opened up Story Maze 1. Let's try this one. How do I enter play mode? Oh man, look at this. Oh my god. So I guess there's still a lot of placeholder stuff. They probably intended to put in characters and put in all this dialogue and stuff. Okay, so they're... David Rose and Aubrey Starr are human, right? They can't do completely everything. Oh my god. Is this gonna be like an open world game? So this is like a hub where we're exploring all these... Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I've fallen into the void. Uh-oh. Help me. Help me. Might need to escape and no clip out of here. Oh my god. Let me get out of here. Oh god, how do I go back into editor? Okay. Editor. Go back into no clip mode. No clip out of here. And then go back into walk mode. Okay, now I can go back into play mode. Oh man, oh I love the graphics and I love the whole approach to this. Oh wow. Oh shit. Oh my god, they just totally killed me. Ouch. Okay, so don't go there because there's guards here and they'll kill you. Huh, how do I get around that though? I'll go up here. Man, this is basically just like a Gridlock. Legends of Grid, or Grimlock. Grimrock? Gridlock? Oh, whoa. Where did I go? What's happening? Uh oh, I'm stuck again. Oh well. Oh man. This is like a really... They basically made a game engine. Can you believe that? Oh my god. Wow, really impressive stuff. Wow, okay, I mean, if you make... So, if you happen to make a bunch of cool Gridlock games, Gridlock maps, you know, feel free to send them to me, and maybe it would be cool to play a bunch for this stream. Is there even a community going on for this? Wow. God, but look at this. It's like fully featured. Maybe needs just more of a tutorial mode, maybe. That would help a lot. It's just pretty unclear what the workflow should be. Oh man, oh cool, I'm like carving more space for me. Oops. Oh my god, I won! Oh wait, no, I don't have the key. Oh no, I'm fucked. Okay. Oh wait, now they're not fighting me anymore. I'm in editor mode, that's fine. Oh man. Yeah, so much about this is really cool. Wow. Yeah, nice work. Okay, I'm gonna move on just because I'm not sure what other maps I should be playing in this, but definitely check this out. Definitely play this. Again, this is called Grid Lock, one word, because you're locked to grid movement, I guess. And it's by the Wolfire folks and Aubrey Sir, so definitely check it out. Very impressive work. Okay, I just want to cover maybe two more, and then I'm probably gonna log out of this stream. The next one is in Unreal Engine. I think that's not gonna run, unfortunately. Okay, so just one more maybe. Sorry. This one is called The Looking Glass, and this one is by I don't know how to pronounce this name, sorry. Ines Ugur Sekerci? Again, really sorry for butchering your name. I'm ignorant. I'm sorry. But let's boot up The Looking Glass now. And there it is. The Looking Glass. And there's their Twitter if you want to see more games by them. Let's see what's going on here. Press space to start. Okay, there we are. Oh. Okay, so I'm looking around. 1 out of 16. There was a squirrel with green eyes. Oh, whoa. Oh, so... Oh, cool. Oh, I guess that's me. That's me. I'm the checkerboard capsule. This looks like some kind of puzzle game. I'm getting Witness vibes a little bit, just by the idea of having puzzle panels built onto the walls like this. And it looks like that's me. So there's also maybe like a recursive element into it. How do I play? Maybe I'll go through here. No, so it's also clearly riffing off Portal, a game from 2007, and its influence is still pretty much being felt here. It's not clear how to play though. Like, can I like jump into this? No. Someone in the chat's telling me how to pronounce his last name, or their last name. It's Turkish. It's pronounced Şekerci. Şekerci. Okay, cool. Thank you. Oh, my cursor changes in the pictures. Oh. Thanks for that. I never would have noticed that. Oh my god. So it looks like I can drag things around. My hand changes into a cursor. I'm not sure how to use this cursor. And I'm not sure. So I need to drag this. And then, but what am I don't understand what I'm dragging. I can see something change, but I'm not sure what I'm changing. maybe I can do that. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, cool. I just swapped it. Okay. Oh, okay, that's what the cube above the doors mean. Okay. Okay, so that was... I solved the first puzzle. Good job, everyone. Okay, here's level 2. Who lived in an oak. If you're following the story, it's a squirrel who lived in an oak. Okay, so I have to move this door, it looks like, to some other mode here. So now I'm in room 3. It loved its home so much. Oh, I think I have to click and drag this over there. Wait, how do I do that? Oh, I can jump. I can't jump high enough. I think I have to somehow click and drag this, that cube into the other room, but I don't understand how to do that. Oh! Okay, looks like I can pick it up. I didn't know I could pick up the cubes. Oh, and that cube is supposed to match the cubes above the doors, I guess? Okay. So now I'll do this. It's not clear how I'm supposed to connect. Oh, wait. Oh, this is just so I can jump up. This isn't supposed to be another cube. That's just a little crate for me to jump onto. Very confusing when everything in your game is the same shape, but then they're all supposed to have different purposes. It's a little bit confusing. Okay, so now I can finally connect this one. Or can I? Why isn't it connecting? Okay, there we go. Okay, 4 out of 16. As much as it loved acorns, I've already missed the story though. Oh, it closed behind me. Okay. So now... Oh, whoa! Oh, that's like a portal. Oh my god. One day the squirrel got lost in the woods. The music's a little bit too sentimental. I wish it was a little bit different. Do I drop this cube? I wish the mouse sensitivity was a little bit faster. Do I jump up here and then get something? I have to jump up to there, I think. Can I jump up and pick up my cube from before? No. Looks like the cube is locked there. Oh, but I can go back in here? Oh, wait. That's really confusing. Where did the cube go? Should I drop the cube in the portal? Is that a thing? No, it's not a thing. Okay. Oh, when I jump onto it, it turns yellow. Not really clear how I'm supposed to avoid that, though. And then it resets the level when I leave. I go back in this portal. It's not clear to me what to do now. Man, puzzle games are hard. Portal was a bit more gentle, you know? Can I take this into the next room with me? Oh, okay. So maybe that's what this was about. Okay, so now I can go in that, zoom into that portal. Oh gosh, okay. Was so afraid that it ran. Let's see. I think one big critique I have of a lot of Portal likes is that the level design is always very boxy. And that's not the most interesting thing about Portal, right? leaving your level, and actually Portal is surprisingly not boxy. If you like play through it, you're not just playing through the same cube room over and over. There's like a lot of different shapes, and they actually play with different floors and heights a lot more. So I find that people use Portal as an excuse sometimes, as if they don't have to iterate on level design or something. But the truth is that Portal does a lot of level design stuff. Okay, so we're at 7 out of 16. So I need to connect this one to this one, and then go back in the portal, or go back into this portal, and now I can go into this room. Okay. Realized there was no way to go back home. Oh my god, there's no way to go back home. I like this mechanic of zooming into the portals and then zooming back out. You should really play a game called Catacombs of Solaris if you haven't played it already. That one plays with that for like a really interesting aesthetic. Definitely check that one out. I should probably play it for this stream. Suddenly heard something like, well, that's pretty obvious. I guess I need a key. Oh, and the key, it looks like, is in that room. I would have rotated the key so that I was facing up. Okay, so now I have the key, and now I should be able to zoom back here. But this latter half of puzzles is much less interesting than the first half of puzzles. It's almost like they're in the wrong order a little bit. The squirrel followed the noise and the smell of ashes. Okay, so I should connect this one with this one. Won't let me connect them. Okay, there we go. And then I should get both of the keys somehow. Okay. Oh, but it's the same solution as before, where I should just pick up a key and then come back out, and then there'll be 2 keys, right? I do like the color scheme. I'm glad they didn't take that from Portal, that like stark light gray aesthetic. That's another Portal scapegoat that people do a lot. Okay, so that unlocked that. Now I should connect these 2. Go back into this room. All of a sudden, should zoom into here. Ooh, what's gonna be the big finale puzzle? Oh yeah, look at how much more complicated this one. I think puzzle games have a very interesting problem with pacing, where normally in most games you have like a boss fight or something, right? But in a puzzle game you can't really do a boss fight per se. I guess I'll pick up this key and do something with it. You can't really make a boss fight. You have to like have a boss puzzle somehow. But then what is a boss puzzle even? Also in games there's a tradition where you make the boss fight actually easier than the most recent fight. So that you help the player feel like they've done really good and that they're really powerful. Oh, looks like I need to bring one thing from one room into another thing into the next run. So it looks like I have to pick it up again. But I can't easily drop that. Uh-oh, now it's turned pink because I touched it. Uh-oh. Okay, maybe this is the room I should take back into another loop. Or maybe I can just kick the box from one room to another. But it looks like it seems pretty parented there. Okay. I can't drop... Oh, wait, no, I can drop the key, kind of. Okay, so maybe I should put the key here. There, I've dropped it. Wait, but this will just turn pink when I try to use it, right? Okay. Oh, but, okay. And now it'll let me put this here, and I can jump up here. And then zoom into that one. Also, I'm totally spoiling this game for you. I'm sorry. But, you know, if you don't want to be spoiled, then, you shouldn't watch? I don't know. I'm also kind of losing steam on this. I like the main concept here, but I am just kind of losing enthusiasm for the concept. Like, I feel like I'm just gonna keep repeating this thing over and over. These 2 cubes over in the other room. Okay. Let's see. What else is going on? I guess I should pick this up too, and then I'll be able to jump up there, maybe? It is weird how these rooms are so dark. I can't really see what's going on. Okay, almost done. Oh, but I had to find a new home after the rain. Oh, I guess this is the last level. Well, that was pretty nice and wholesome, I think. No violence or anything. A nice, wholesome first-person puzzle game. I feel like a little bit with the level design, my critique here would be they developed this mechanic and they've pretty much explored the space of it. I don't know what else you could do with this portal thing, unless you did some cool line of sight stuff where it's like, I'm gonna pick up this key, but while I'm through this other portal or something, or I would have played with maybe cloning the player as well somehow, in addition to cloning keys and cloning crates. Maybe there's a little bit more you could do, but I think it would involve some major change to the rules of how the portals in this game work. But all in all, like, I think a really good 7-day FPS game. I think I couldn't have... It would have been really hard to make this in 7 days, I think. Well done. And I think that's all the time we have for today, unfortunately. That was about an hour-ish of 7-day FPS games. Sorry if I spoiled any for you, but this is just my way of trying to encourage you to check out all the stuff. And aren't you glad you tuned in so that you could see that all these wonderful games, and now you can tell your friends or stream them yourself? I don't know. At any rate, thanks for tuning in, and thanks for bearing with the technical difficulties I've had. I don't usually do this small game format. Usually I just play one game for each night. But definitely click that link in the stream chat channel and check out the rest of the 7-day FPS stuff. And there's a lot of stuff out there that's really good, but I feel like doesn't get played very often. So I'm glad I was able to give these games a little bit of exposure to a new audience. As for, in chat, someone's asking, any idea what you might stream next? For the past 3 weeks, I've been doing smaller short games, kind of one-off for just each week is a different thing. I think next week is when I'll start another big, long game that might last for a month or 2 or 3. So we'll see what that big, longer game is. I don't know what it's going to be yet. It'll just be kind of random when I open up OBS next week. But in the meantime, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for checking it out. And I hope that this encouraged you to check out other indie small FPS games. Anyway, have a good rest of your week and peace out.